Yes, characters in Dragon Ball should in fact die permanently. This is one of the biggest complaints that people seem to have against the series, and sometimes it can be the main cause why many new viewers cannot get into Dragon Ball, even if it is a major flaw. But Dragon Ball is still one of my favorite shows, because to be honest, seeing two overly muscular men beat the hell out of each other is quite enough for me to enjoy. But when I rewatch the series every now and then, it really starts to get annoying. Akira Toriyama seems that he completely refuses to let characters die permanently. I know there are many iconic death scenes in the show, but as the viewer progresses throughout the story, these deaths lose weight fast and start getting old, because we all know that 10 episodes later they will go directly to Shenlong and bring any person who died in the previous arc to life, and I don't understand why the writer chose this path. I know Dragon Ball is different from other shonens like Naruto or One Piece, but making things too convenient for the characters isn't really enjoyable to watch, because as you are experiencing the story there are a lot of those, well, this is bullshit moments. But Dragon Ball Z wasn't always without stakes, because in the times of the Saiyan saga and in the Frieza saga, there was a rule that limited the power of the Dragon Ball quite nicely and made it acceptable, at least for me. And that rule is, you cannot bring a person to life more than once. I know some people have a problem with that as well, but I personally thought that it wasn't really bad. See, Kuririn in the original Dragon Ball was killed and brought back to life, but in the second time he died by the hands of Frieza and Namek, it was supposed to be permanent. But here it comes this scene, which I consider very important, as it was the first time that Akira Toriyama made it too convenient for the character. In this scene, Gohan said that Krillin cannot go to life because he died once. But then Dende says, "No, you silly overpowered 6-year-old boy. Our balls can bring a person to life as many times as you want." What? Why? Krillin's second death was already impactful because it led to one of my favorite transformations seen in all of anime, which was the Super Saiyan 1 transformation. But imagine how much more impactful it could have been on the characters in the future arcs and on the viewer if this motherfucker didn't come out with this dumb line straight from his ass. I know if that happened it would be pretty sad, especially with the fact that he dies straight after announcing that he wants to get married when he gets back to Earth, but that could have made the emotional weight of the death way much stronger. I'm not saying that characters should die in order to make a good story, but in the case of Dragon Ball, I think when fighting a fascist space lord or a green lizard mass murderer, it will only make sense for these totally normal events to have some casualties. Dragon Ball has character development and has to a certain point a very natural course to the story that it was trying to tell, but this problem seems to actually hinder that natural progression. Like if you look closely, Gohan was supposed to become the main protagonist of the series. He was getting ready to be the main lead after his father, because I think that Goku's character arc concluded in the Cell Saga as he learned that after many years fighting and saving the Earth from evil galactic emperors, he must pass the torch to his son. So his permanent death at that time was perfect, even if it would be sad. But when you see how the ending of the Cell arc was presented, it is obvious that this is the path that the story will take in the next arc. Gohan will be the main character after going through this huge development from the sweet crying baby to the most badass son of a bitch in the universe. But here comes the characters don't die in Dragon Ball problem. Goku in the Buu saga goes back to life and he defeats Buu. And I think this is stupid. Why will you bring him back? Why the hell would you even think about it? The point of the story in the previous arc was the son who surpassed his father. But no, people now can give their souls, and that's exactly how Goku was brought back to life, with old Kai giving him his soul or whatever, which was something literally never even mentioned before. So the writer always finds an out of this realm solution to make things too easy for the character. Goku's death in the Cell Saga was so perfectly timed, and that of course if it was permanent. I know that he is an iconic character, and if that happened, I think the popularity of the series may decline, but it may not also, if the writer knew how to deal with it, because from a storytelling perspective, that would be the right decision when it comes to Goku's character. Don't get me started on the Dragon Ball Super bullshit. Oh my god, that show is stakeless, if that's even a word. Not just that characters don't die, but they seem to find other means to make things less dangerous, like the button that Zeno gave to Goku, which is a button that if you press, this timeless immortal god will come and save you from whatever multi-dimensional Nazi supreme being you're facing, which made the fights on that show just mindless action. But going back to Z, we see the same problem get repeated always, like again in the Buu saga, when he wipes out the entire Earth's population destroying the Dragon Balls along the way, they decide to go to the Namekians, who were supposed to have Dragon Balls that can only revive one person at a time, which was kind of a good limitation. But now, the Grand Elder upgraded the Dragon Balls and made them able to revive as many people as you want, as many times as you want. What? Upgraded? What the hell is this supposed to mean? So apparently the Namekians during this clusterfuck were grinding XP on some dungeon or whatever. Wow, top class gamers. So yeah, it's bad that characters don't die in Dragon Ball. But this video was mainly made to complain about something that was bugging me these last few days, because I just finished the Dragon Ball rewatch. And to be honest, despite all this, I still really enjoyed it. I don't know, Dragon Ball has a certain charm to it. It's something I cannot explain using the natural laws of physics. I really cannot understand how a shonen can be so basic but so special at the same time. And at the end, if you like this short video, like, subscribe, and check out my other videos.